Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1/6 scale Casey Jones from DreamEX. That's right, Casey Jones here is the start of a brand new line of officially licensed 6 scale action figures from DreamEX. Now, this is something pretty new. We haven't had a whole lot of TMNT figures of this scale and this quality before, so I'm pretty anxious to check out the very first figure in this offering, especially since I've always been a big fan of the TMNT's Vigilante character. So let's check Casey out. As you can see, he comes in a large-scale, fully enclosed box. It's got some new artwork of Casey Jones right there on the front, with the TMNT logo going across the top. This is a slipcover that can be pulled off of the box, which reveals a really nice, sturdy black box with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo embossed in a silver up at the top portion. When you remove the lid from this box, you do have some nice foam padding inside with the Casey Jones figure and some accessories, and removing that layer reveals even more accessories underneath that. So, pretty nice packaging that houses and protects the figure, but let's get him pulled out of that box so we can take a closer look at the figure within. Now, as I mentioned, it's in the 1/6 scale, which means he stands right at 12 inches tall. So, large scale action figure, and he is a very nice quality. So, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the details here. I want to start with the overall appearance, and we'll go ahead and kick things off by looking at the head sculpt. Now, it is worth noting that it is a solid head sculpt with that mask. The mask is non-removable, and the hair is all sculpted, so it's not real rooted hair or anything like that. You can't take the mask off, but honestly, I am okay with this, because it's not like I would be posing Casey Jones with his mask off anyway. I would prefer to have him with the mask on, and I'm fine with the sculpted hair, so this works out just fine for me. I like the sculpt overall. It does a great job of looking like that kind of signature hockey mask that Casey Jones wears. And as you can see, there's a great amount of detail in here, such as the eyes. They kind of have that really nice mask-like look to it. Covers his eyes completely. It's black, but it's textured there. You got the same texture seen on the mouthpiece. There's some nice dings and cuts and scrapes all over the mask, as if he's seen quite a bit of battle. And the paint deco is really nice on here as well, because it's very dirty and dingy. And that's actually a theme that you're going to notice all across the figure. He's got that kind of deep black hair that's sweeping on the back, and then the nice straps on the mask are embedded in the hair there, which looks pretty nice. So overall, I do really like the head sculpt of this particular figure. Now, as we move down the body, we do start seeing the more real clothes there. So the rest of the figure, like you would see on more of your 6 scale high quality figures, they do have the actual cloth material or the clothing type material used for the rest of the figure. But it's all very nicely done. I will say that the materials seem very nice on this, and I like all of the attention to detail. Like, I love kind of the stitching that's used on the front and even the sides of the shirt. Look at that. And it is kind of that cut-off shirt, so he's almost wearing like the belly shirt, which is very kind of reminiscent, especially of like the vintage Casey Jones. I really like that. And you kind of got the same thing going on with like the drawstring hanging off of the pants. I love that. But you can see nice stitching all the way around there. You got the pockets, you got cargo pockets on the side. We have some nice rips that are kind of worked into the knees of the pants. They do have the nice kind of straps down here so that they're tight on the calves, and then he's wearing some really nice boots as well, which are very detailed. Look at that. They got the nice kind of textures on the bottom there. I really love that. All the treads on the bottom of the boots. So I think the clothing, the outfit that he's wearing is very nice. And just like with the head, it really does capture that dingy look. I mean, look how dirty the shirt looks. That is by design. They made it look like it's very rough, very dirty, very tattered and torn at the bottom there. I really like that. So it's got this very worn look. More details that I really, really like. You can see he is rocking kind of like a sports elbow pad on the right. He's got like a different type of elbow pad on the left. I love that, the way he's kind of mixing matching parts there. He is wearing some wrist tape, some like athletic tape around his wrists, which is very cool because you can see it looks like it actually is really kind of stitched on there. It's wrapped on there very nicely. And again, it's very dirty. It's purposely very dingy looking, and I really like that. And then the hands, he is sporting some nice gloves on the hands there as well. And then we've got the little shoulder pad and the strap going around his torso. Now, worth noting, the shoulder pad is something you have to assemble yourself. And the way you do that, there's actually just this little piece of Velcro here. And let me see if I can pull this off so I can show you. The Velcro is just kind of hanging off of this little leather strap that's wrapped around his torso. And then there's a little Velcro strip inside of that shoulder pad. So basically, you're just going to line that up and it attaches that shoulder pad. Now, it works fine. It hangs there. It looks good. It is a little loose and flimsy because of that. And also, the leather strap has the tendency to kind of get loose and fall off a lot. Because this right here doesn't really actually clip on. You can kind of match it up with the holes there, the slots. But it does have a tendency to kind of get loose and fall down a lot. So I was constantly kind of tightening this, especially while I was posing the figure around. So definitely something worth noting. Now, it seems to stay fine, especially once I get him posed. It's holding on there. It's not a big issue. But while I was moving him around, the shoulder strap was kind of flapping around a lot. And the straps that he's wearing across his torso were falling off. So that is just something that I feel is worth noting. The material that he's made out of is an interesting material because it's a really thick, very heavy plastic. I'm almost wondering if it's like a resin-like material, but it's not quite resin. It's kind of almost got like that cold cast feel because it's got a cold feeling to it, and it's very thick and very sturdy, but it works very well. I mean, it doesn't feel fragile, and it actually feels very solid, and all the joints move very, very well. So I think he feels like a very nice, sturdy, quality-made figure. So that will bring us to the articulation. So let me talk about that while we're here. The head is ball jointed, so it rolls around, looks left, looks right. You can see it's nice and sturdy, nice and tight. The arms are also ball jointed at the shoulder, so the arms can go upwards, they can move forwards, they can move backwards there. You can swivel them at the elbow. You got really nice bends at the elbow. Great range of motion there, which I really like. You can kind of see he's got the ball joint there. Even with the elbow pads on, he still has a great range of motion there, which I really, really like. And then you got that swivel there as well. Then the wrists can swivel. They can also hinge kind of forwards and backwards there, so that's really nice. He does have a nice torso cut, so look at that, ball joint at the torso. Rolls all the way around, and then another joint at the waist there, which is the same, another ball joint, so it rolls around, can turn left and right. It's very, very nice. You got great motion in the legs, so the thighs are nice and jointed, so they can go outwards, forwards, backwards. You can kind of swivel them around. Same with the knees. You can swivel at the knee. You can bend at the knees. They're good range of motion there as well. And then the feet do have the ability to kind of turn there and move forwards and backwards. The boots are very stiff, so they are going to hinder the movement in the feet just a bit. But except with the exception of not really being able to pose the ankles, I think the articulation is very good on this guy, and he does feel nice and sturdy through and through, so you should be able to pull off some pretty cool poses with him. Now, for posing, he does have a lot of cool accessories. First things first, he comes with a total of 6 different hands, so 3 pairs of hands. He's got the weapon gripping hands. He's got open hands. He's got the left hand that's got the pointing finger and the right hand that's kind of opened. And then he's got the closed fists. Now, it's very easy to interchange these hands, so let me show you that real quick. All of the hands are just on a peg system. And as you can see, with a nice tug, I was able to pull the hand right off. And in its place, we can pop on a new hand. Just give it a nice firm press. It locks on there good and tight. And that way, you can switch those hands, which is going to be great for some different poses. So all these different hands are going to be used for all the different accessories. Casey Jones is a character who uses many weapons, all of which is sporting equipment. So a nice high quality figure like this definitely needs to come with a lot of accessories. And the good thing is, he does. Look at all the stuff we get with this guy. First of all, you do have the nice signature golf bag. And this is made of a really cool kind of like nylon material, which is really cool. It does have good straps on there with some nice actual metal rings that are holding the straps on. It's got real working zippers on there for the pouches. And even on the inside, it has dividers for all of the different weapons that he carries. So, what do we load this up with? Well, he's got a lot of different weapons. Here we go. We've got a hockey stick. And again, nicely detailed. Look at that. It's black. It's got a lot of wear and tear on the end there as if he's been using it. It's got some nice bright green paint on there to make it look like an official product. Really sturdy. This one is plastic, but it's nice and sturdy and very cool. We have a baseball bat, a wooden bat, a Jose Canseco bat. No, tell me you didn't pay money for this. It's just a really cool looking bat. Nice wood color. It's got a great grain on there. Nice detailing. And again, lots of good chips in there. If the wooden bat's not enough for you, he also comes with a metal bat, which, you know what, is actually made of metal. Seriously, this thing is heavy. It's weighted. It is really, really awesome. And they've even got it painted up to look like it's all scratched and dinged like he's been using it. This is awesome. I love this one. He comes with a golf club. Now, this one is plastic, but it does have a nice kind of metallic color on there. You can see especially the end of the club there. It's very shiny, very metallic. Has a nice look to it as well. We've got a field hockey stick. Yeah, all kinds of different sports here. Again, great. This is all plastic, but it looks like actual tape that's wrapped around it. Looks very dirty. Again, looks like an official product. And he's got a cricket bat. Cricket? You gotta know what a crumpet is to understand cricket. Well, Casey Jones understands cricket. So this is awesome. I love it. I'm really glad he comes with this. Just a very cool signature little weapon for him. And this is where things get crazy. Look at, he even comes with a little hockey puck, a baseball, and a golf ball, which is hilarious. Now, these are tiny, and honestly, none of the hands really hold on to them too well. You can kind of get them to hold on to the hockey puck a little bit here, you know, like in the gripping hand. But they're fun accessories, at least. What I would recommend doing is actually using the little zipper pouch on the bag here and storing them in there so you don't lose them. But I do love that we got cool little things like that included. And man, I just love all of the accessories. And seriously, this is awesome because you can use all the little, look at that, the little dividers in there, and we can place all of these weapons in his bag. This is wonderful. Once you get all of those weapons placed in, it's very easy to strap this right over his body, have it placed on his back, and it totally completes the look of Casey Jones. Now, you could start matching up all of those weapons in his hands, and this is where I run into just another minor issue. The gripping hands are a bit too loose for my liking. He doesn't get a very solid grip, especially on the baseball bats and the hockey stick. He doesn't hold on to them very good. Now, they stay there fine, but you can see that they're loose in his hands. I really wish he had a tighter grip to hold on to those just a little bit better, but I gotta say, even just finding a way to get him to hold on to those, you can find all kinds of really great poses with them. And this guy, when he is all armed up, when he's got that golf bag on his back, when he's holding multiple weapons in his hand, it really completes his look, and he is just so much fun to pose around. I really love the look of this guy when he's all complete like that. Now, lastly, he does come with a figure stand, if that's something that you want to use for him. I will say that he stands just fine on his own, but he does come with that kind of cradle stand there, which would just cradle under his legs. He's also got this little nameplate, just a little plastic nameplate that says Casey Jones. Basically, you would just rest this on the display stand if you want to, but, you know, if you wanted to use it, it's very easy just to kind of place him on the stand. You can use this to kind of balance him. It works fine for what it is. You know, if you like these kinds of stands, you can see it holds him up there just fine. Got the nameplate on there, and there we go. Now my Casey Jones is ready to be displayed on my shelf. So there you go, my friends. There is a look at the brand new 6-scale TMNT Casey Jones action figure from DreamEX. Now, these high-end collectible figures, they're a little new to me. Honestly, I don't get a lot of these. I get a few of them here and there, but being a huge Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan, especially being a huge fan of Casey Jones, this is something that I wanted to pick up and add to my collection. Now, I will say it's a pricey item. It is going to set you back about $200 if it's something that you want to add to your collection. So this is definitely going to be one of those kind of niche items. More meant for the people who are already collecting the high-end action figures like this, or if you are somebody who is just a big fan of Casey Jones and want to add some flair to your collection. Now, I will say, if you want to spring for him, he's a pretty nicely done figure. I think he's well made, he feels sturdy, I like his overall appearance and the paint deco. I only have a few minor complaints, being with the grip on the weapons, and maybe, I kind of wish his clothing fit just a little bit better, especially with the shoulder pad, but otherwise, I like him fine. I love the amount of accessories he comes with. I think that is really cool, and you can definitely get some pretty cool poses with your Casey Jones to place him on your shelf. So, if this looks like something that you want to pick up, you will have to pick him up at a store online. He's an import item. You can find him at places like BigBadToyStore.com. So, happy hunting, my friends! And hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor, hit that like button, and leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if this is something that you will be able to or plan on adding to your collection. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on one of my reviews. Until next time, my friends.